Well, what's going on, guys? So as you can tell from the title, this video is going to be all about what it cost me to build this car. Basically what it would cost to replicate this car exactly as I did it, including the cost of the car, everything but my time and labor into it. So I'm gonna do a full part by part breakdown of what it costs to build this car. I have compiled a list of literally every single thing I bought for this car, and I added it up and it hurts. I'll be honest, it hurts a little bit. So I'm gonna try to list it all out as I go. If there is some, if you guys are really interested, comment down below and I will, I'll make a full parts breakdown somewhere. I'll like, I don't know, make a thread or something of exactly what it takes to duplicate this car and everything into it. So now that it's like done, I feel like I can kind of do this, but it is theoretically, you know, done in a lot of ways. Obviously there's always going to be more I want to do and more things I have to fix and work on, but for the most part, I'd say it's done. So break out my phone here and let's go through the list. Yeah, don't tell Bronte. This is a brutal list. So let's start with the big stuff. I guess it's kind of, it's a super sporadic list. I just listed things as I thought of them. So first is chassis. So car, angle kit, wheels, dashboard, all of that stuff was already included. It already had the power, it already had the steering column, it already had like a bunch of stuff, the steering rack, all the angle kit, coilovers, all that stuff. So I bought the car for $2,200 and it was pretty drift ready, just needed a motor. But I'm never that simple with things. So chassis, $2,200, seats, $500, harnesses, $119, drive shaft, $400, transmission, $3,500, clutch, $1,100, fuel tank, $140, front end kit from Chair Slayer, $850, handbrake kit, $600, new rear brakes and calipers and rotors, $200, new battery, $80. I don't remember what I spent on it, but probably about $80. Intake, the Holley intakes are $400. Fuel rails, $171. Fuel pump, $500. Fuel lines, $400. Regulator, $200. Valve covers, $235. Heads cam, $2,300. Holley ECU, the Dominator, $2,200. The harness, $450. Throttle body, $450. Holley screen, $730. The ARC switch panel, $3,700, is $220. Engine, I have a blank there. The engine is definitely a little tricky because this motor, as you guys know, came out of the V1, so I really don't I didn't spend any money per se on the engine. I included the heads cam. You know, they say first engine's free, kind of the thought process on that one. I don't know, I mean, that's like $1,000 engine maybe. Realistically, an LS6 should be $600, but realistically, people will try to charge you $1,000. So, somewhere around there. Injectors, $800. Catch can, $190. Valve covers, I think I already said valve covers actually. Yeah, already said valve covers. Radiator, $240. Oil cooler, $80. Power steering pump, $300. Windshield, $200. Tires that are on it, $300. Motor mounts, $300. Trans mount, $180. Oil pan, $529. Oil filter relocation, $80. Clutch master, $40. Filters, that's these guys that go on, like the intake filter, like $200. There's $800 I estimated within like miscellaneous, just nuts and bolts and screws and all that kind of nonsense, like lines and like little fittings here and there. So about $800 estimated in that. Rear block off panel, $120. Exhaust, $1,087. Headers, $1,180. Steering wheel, $100. Quick release on the steering wheel, $180. The solid state relay kit that I use from MSD is $160. The floor is all Rhino Line paint, $50. Fire extinguisher and the mount is probably about $150, and the headlights are $33. So that is everything. I do not think I missed a single thing. There's probably another $200, $300-ish in like miscellaneous fluids. Probably add that, $300 worth of fluids. But that is every single piece I used on that car. Obviously it already had the cage and stuff when I got it, so a lot of it was already done. That $2,200 for the chassis helped a lot, but there was a whole lot into it from there. There's parts that are sitting on the shelves that I bought that didn't end up getting used because I wanted to go a different route once I tried to use them. There's parts that need to be replaced with better parts. So there's definitely still money to be spent. There was more money spent throughout it. A lot of these parts, you know, I got for used or sponsor deal or worked with the company in some way, and I didn't pay retail on some of this stuff. But if somebody was to replicate this exact car based off of everything I just listed out, it would cost you $24,360. So this car, as it sits right now, is $25,000 worth of parts. It's definitely crazy when I list it all out like that. Obviously, like I said, I did not spend $25,000 to build it. A lot of this stuff also I had already from the V1 and the Camaro when I, you know, had those LS swapped. But $25,000 worth of 240 drift car right there. It definitely is crazy to say like that, but I'm pretty happy with it. I don't think I would change anything. I would do it exactly like this. If I were to do it, I could probably save a couple grand by changing things up, but I'm very happy with that. There's obviously still more money to be spent, but we're in a good spot. The car is in a good spot. There's a couple things, but the car is in a good spot. So that is the full cost breakdown of what it would take for somebody to duplicate this car exactly. If they could find the chassis, that was kind of a big one. Finding this car for $2,200 definitely helped, but that is the cost breakdown of this car. I really want to hear what you guys think about that. Comment down below if you guys think I'm crazy for spending $25,000 on my first drift car, but in the end of the day, most of it isn't just parts. So, you know, if anything did happen to it for the most part, I would get a lot of this stuff out of it. It's not like it would ever, you know, disappear off a cliff or something, obviously, unless somebody stole it, but most of these parts could always find their way onto a different car if I wanted to. That does bring me to my next point that a lot of people were saying. People were saying I probably should have gotten like a lower powered car to learn how to drift in, like Jeremy's BMW. I don't know if Jeremy's BMW would have been the right thing. I probably would have been like a 370Z, 350Z-ish, which would have been a good platform, but the cost to buy one and then to make it right and then to potentially have the motor let go, which happens on a lot of Drift 350Zs that I've seen, and then put a new motor in, just gonna factor all that. Like this motor may let go, but it's not quite the same as the 350Z motor letting go. It would probably be around the same cost as just building this one the way I did. So it's kind of a toss-up, you know, like I don't know exactly how much out of pocket I have into this car, but it's up there. It's definitely up there, but that is the cost breakdown of this car, and it is pretty staggering. So definitely enjoy that I kept such good track of all the parts, and I can just lay it all out there exactly what's into this car. And now you guys know what exactly it would cost to build, what I have into it, and definitely hurts a little bit hearing that, because the Camaro could be doing a lot more with that 25 grand if I had just, you know, had that in my pocket. But like I said, a lot of these parts I already had on the shelves from the other cars, so that helped a lot. But that's the cost breakdown, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. If anybody does the math at home, let me know if I was accurate on my calculations. I may have missed something, I may have overcalculated. But that was just my rough-ish estimate. I think that's a pretty fun video for a lot of you guys to know exactly what I spent on this car. Maybe someday we'll do it for the Camaro, but that thing's in a whole different league. It has so many parts on it that I don't even know if I could possibly do a breakdown like that. But let me know if you guys really liked it, and I'll try to figure out the Camaro one if it's really intriguing to you guys to kind of open up that back door of a YouTube project car like this and like really break it down. Because, you know, if you guys have never built cars like this, you know that little things just get so expensive, and things that you think, well, that should probably cost 80 bucks, end up costing like $300, and it just kind of snowballs from there. Because a lot of this stuff, it's like, oh, you're this far, you can't not buy it. So it can definitely snowball, and it can definitely get out of hand. But I think I'm really happy with the way that this car is, and now with the body panels on, it looks right and at home, ready to do some cool stuff. So just gotta keep dialing it in. I was just bleeding the rear brakes, but I'm gonna keep dialing it in, and we're gonna be out sliding again soon. So that'll do it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. I know it was just another talking one, but sometimes these kind of videos are a lot of fun, and I know a lot of you guys do enjoy this kind of thing where you can kind of just sit back, listen, and you know, let it kind of flow and let me soothe you with the sweet sound of my voice. But that'll do it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Keep it saucy. We'll see you next time.